Welcome to What the Wrestling, the podcast where you break down the biggest moments, hottest takes, and the wildest stories from the world of pro wrestling. Whether you're a diehard fan or just stepping into the squared circle, we're here to give you the real scoop on everything happening in the ring.
I'm your host, RJD, and we're about to take a ride through the latest and greatest in pro wrestling. Get ready for all our hot takes, deep dives, and all the wrestling you never knew you needed.
Don't forget to hit the like, share, and subscribe button. Join What the Wrestling family so you never miss an episode. Now let's step into the ring.
You're listening to the What the Wrestling podcast, the show that brings you all things wrestling with your host, RJD.
What's going on, baby? All right, let's go. So, first things first, it feels so good to be back. So, what's up, everybody? Welcome to What the Wrestling, the show that brings you all things wrestling. I am your host, RJD. We're looking clear, we're looking crispy, we're looking sexy out here. Yeah, I gotta touch the beard up, but it's coming. But, fresh baldy though. But, we are back, we are here, and we are not live. This is a pre-recorded video, and we are doing some things a little bit different. As I continue to tell you, we are trying to up the quality of our content, make it as good and as dope as fire as it can be, and we can only do that by knocking this out and upgrading what we got. So, as you can see, the quality is much better. We got that 4K, baby. So, we're going to rock out and do what we got to do to make sure the content continues to come in as advertised. But we are here to talk about Ludwig Kaiser today, a.k.a. El Grande Americano. Not the real one, though. Not the real one. So, reports came out yesterday that Ludwig Kaiser was arrested on a misdemeanor battery charge after an allegedly, altercation in Orlando, Florida. Reports say that the incident started in an apartment elevator. So, if you know about elevators, not the safest place to be, but as we go through this, we'll see what happened, allegedly. So, where a neighbor claimed Kaiser and a woman were being very affectionate. They were loving all up on each other, touching, whatever the hell they was doing, allegedly, in the elevator. After the neighbor reportedly told them to show some manners, quote unquote, Kaiser allegedly struck and pushed him, allegedly. Notice I keep saying allegedly. This is all alleged. And authorities say the incident happened on April 26th near downtown Orlando, Florida, where I believe he lives. And Kaiser later turned himself in because he had a warrant out for his arrest, and he was let out on bail, $1,000 bond. So, here's the thing. So, we don't know what's going on Kaiser's side, and we don't know what's going on the victim's side, allegedly, if everything is true. Now, I don't know who's right, who's wrong. There's always two sides to every story, and we don't know both sides, so we can't go on judging because we don't have all the facts. So all I would say is this: you don't know what was involved here. Could this guy have been an asshole? If Kaiser is with his woman in an elevator, right? Now this is just me spitballing here. If he is in the elevator with his woman, and they're getting hot and heavy and they can't wait to get to the door. Literally, they're in the elevator. You wait 30 seconds. You shut the hell up. Go to your goddamn room. Mind your goddamn business. Who cares? What does it matter? Why are you worried about somebody else and their woman? If this is not a domestic violence case, I repeat, everything has come out and said this is not a domestic violence case. So if they were just getting hot and heavy and they couldn't wait to get to the door, then mind your business. Who cares if they're passionately kissing? Who gives a crap? Let them go do them. You go do you. You go home to your lady. He goes in with his lady, and everybody chills out. So did this guy say something light, or did he come out his face and say something disrespectful? We don't know. Apparently they say show some manners. Kaiser, who knows? Was that what he really said? Was that what he really said, or did he say more? So this is a prime example of when people don't know how to mind their business. This is how little things turn into big things. This is an example of that. And who wins? The lawyers win because they're going to get paid. $1,000 has to go. Yeah, obviously these guys make money, so good for them. But $1,000, you got to spend a night in jail and get bailed out. Potentially, this could affect your career because you make the company look bad wherever you go. And this goes for McDonald's employees all the way up to the CEO of whoever. Whatever big tech, Fortune 500, S&P 500 company. You represent the company you work for. Online, your digital footprint, out in the world. It don't matter. In another country, you represent the company you work for. And the company does not like crap like this happening on their watch where you're getting arrested when if you really say this out loud, now like I said, we don't have all the facts. We don't. But if you say this out loud, so why are you in jail? Oh, somebody was talking and I socked them in the face. Come on, man. We grown, man. We grown. If everybody minds their business here, there's no issue. Now, I'm not going to say whether the guy is right or wrong for opening his mouth. Hey, he whatever he saw, he felt the need to open his mouth. And it is a free country. But just know, you don't know how somebody's going to respond to what you say. Why would somebody allegedly punch you in the mouth and push you because you said, show some manners? That sounds weird to me. I've seen people get punched in the face on the street. And believe me, they said a lot worse than show some manners. So I don't know if this guy's telling the truth. Now, was there alcohol involved? Because if you're a little tipsy, you're not thinking clearly, you could sock somebody. Things that normally don't anger you. That's a thing. But at the end of the day, I hope this doesn't affect Kaiser's career. I hope it doesn't affect what's going on in his storyline with AAA with El Grande Americano, the original. I hope this doesn't affect him because to me, this is stupid. I ain't gonna lie. If I'm with my lady, my wife, and we getting hot and heavy in the elevator, but you know, we a little classy over here, so I doubt that I would ever be in that position. I can't say that I never will, because I love my wife. But if that were to happen, and somebody says, show some manners, man, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to be like, well, you mad? Like, well, you mad because you going home alone and I'm going home with my hot, spicy, sexy Latina wife? I don't understand. So that's what I would do. I mean, that's just me. Now, if he tried to touch my wife or if he's cursing my wife out, we're going to have a different conversation. That might be crash out worthy. I ain't going to lie. That might be crash out worthy. But, because we're not going to tolerate any disrespect to my wife because my wife represents me. So if you disrespecting my wife, you disrespecting me. And some people don't play about that respect. But if he just said, show some manners, Allegedly, he got decked because of that. Come on, man. You could drop that crap. You could drop that. That's not something to crash out over. Let that dude go home alone, and you go home with your wife or your girl, whoever, and you go on about your business. But hopefully this doesn't affect him. We'll see what happens. Ludwig Kaiser, hopefully he can travel. Hopefully this doesn't affect that, because when you're out on bond, a lot of times they don't want you to travel because they think you're going to flee. But this is probably going to get swept under the rug. And thank God it's not domestic violence, and it's just somebody not minding their business. But we got to do better out in the streets, guys. We got to do better out in the streets. So that's an L. We have to do better out in the street. But other than that, that's all I got for you guys today. RJD here. Be safe out there. Guys, just wait 30 seconds till you get in the house. Then you can be as passionate as you want. As passionate as you want. Don't let nonsense mess up a good night, all right? RJD here.